Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Jeff and I today on our webcast. We're going to get into the tariff discussion in the US, but before we do, Jeff, were you on 6:40 a.m. yesterday? Thought I
Ah,
heard you
you
on the
were,
radio.
you did. I was on Ben Mulrooney's show in the morning, and I've never been on the radio before, so it was a new experience for me.
Yeah, and you were on for what, like 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a couple minutes, and then when the producer phoned me, he said, "We've got you in for two segments." So I'm glad I didn't have anything to do.
Yeah. Well, I listened, and it was great information. So let's get into it. Okay, so there's major legal developments in the US. The Supreme Court is reviewing tariffs right now under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. I guess this happened November 5th, and they're expecting, I guess, a ruling at sometime in 2026.
Yeah, the U.S. Constitution gives the power to tax and levy to Congress, not to the president. And the president is using this act to tariff other countries. So it's now gone through two courts, which said the president overstepped his constitutional rights,
Hmm.
and it's now before the Supreme Court. And as you say, there were oral arguments heard on November the 5th. And heading into those arguments, the betting market was divided 50-50 on how this case will be decided. But following those arguments, it's changed to a 24% probability that the act will be upheld, which means if it's struck down, the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the US may have to pay $750 billion back to US businesses that paid these tariffs.
Yeah,
And if that happens, I think the market will appreciate considerably because it would act like a tax cut. And in addition, it would provide much more certainty. And Jay Powell has been hesitant to cut rates further because of tariff uncertainty, as well as the goods inflation that these tariffs have caused.
right. And it's interesting too because Justice Sotomayor made a comment. You say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, yeah, that's the quote that made a lot of the newspaper articles. And
Hmm.
it wasn't just her; it was the other justices too were quite skeptical that these tariffs are not exactly that, a tax. So I'm expecting the Supreme Court to strike down this legislation, and I think it'll happen in the first couple months of 2026. And when
Hmm.
it does, that's a major catalyst for markets to go higher.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to absolutely stay on top of this and maybe keep everyone updated as it progresses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much, Jeff.
Thanks, Annie.